Welcome to PBT Works here at SMT Connect. I'm joined by Robert Sitko. Nice to see you, Robert.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what your official title is. Are you general manager, or are you what is
CEO?
CEO. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
There
I
you
had
go.
to do it.
Doesn't
Someone
get-
has to do it.
Someone's got to be responsible. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a couple of years since we've spoken,
That's correct.
or a couple of years at least since we've been on the booth with the cameras. There's been quite a lot going on in between that time, and we're standing in front of one of the new products, which is an industrial cleaner.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about that. What's the concept behind it? How does it work? Etc.
Yeah. We made this machine based on the customer's request. They asked for a large chamber system to be used for different type of applications, for maintenance cleaning and electronics cleaning, soldering pallets, filters, magazines from the dust, or other industrial parts. So what we did, we really made a big chamber system with high power, multiple step cleaning and rinsing and drying processes, and with a lot of variabilities inside.
Okay.
We have fixed nozzles, moving basket. These nozzles can be exchanged, can be put in the different layers for highest efficiency. And we had one concept for all our new machines with this trolley and exchangeable baskets to shorten reloading time. And additionally, specifically on this machine, we made a high volume, high efficient drying system.
Right.
So the purpose or the result from all that would be the short cycle time, high throughput, and a good clean performance, and as low consumption of water as possible.
Right. Well, all of these systems are closed loop anyway, and
All of the
that sort
systems
thing.
are closed loop. They have filtration, mechanical filtration, and if the application requires, also closed loop chemical filtration, so deionization of the water.
Right. Now, this example here is showing pallets in there, but as you said, you can configure the spray nozzles for whatever product you're actually cleaning in there.
Sure.
How easy is that to do?
Quite easy. I don't think I can show it now, but just you can imagine that you put the nozzles on the different layers by a special tool. You just remove the
Okay, so you can put them on the layers on
the middle.
At the back of the machine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have a small products, you can put two baskets on top of each other. Whatever
And have two layer.
you have to do for a high throughput, high
Okay.
capacity.
Excellent. Great. Now you mentioned more powerful drying systems as well, and more powerful motors, pumps.
Yeah. That's we use a new let's say generation of the pumps for both of our machines, for the Hyperclean and the Hyper Swash on the back side. They are like 30% more powerful than the pumps that we used before.
Right.
So that allows us to use a sufficient number of the nozzles to cover the whole chamber in the machine, to have no blind corners, to clean every part which is inside by the more or less the same conditions of the chemistry and water.
Right. One thing I notice about them, Robert, is that they're very accessible. I mean, the whole front opens up literally.
Thank you.
So
that was another purpose.
Another purpose, was it?
The vertical door has another purpose. It can be optimized, so if the customer requires to load and unload the machine by robots, then the door is motorized. This trolley goes out, and the robots can insert the part inside and take it from the chamber outside.
Makes a lot of sense.
And it also is just accessible, as you said.
Okay. So, moving over to the other machine you have there, it's called the Hyper Swash now. Now, the last time I looked at it, it was called the SuperSwash.
That is still our main product, the SuperSwash.
Okay.
And it is still very popular, but we have seen a couple of years ago that the customers are asking for the higher performance, bigger chamber, and a lot of things that we simply could not implement in the SuperSwash anymore. So we decided to make a new model just from scratch, and all those requests that we collected from the market to implement in the new machine, we call it HyperSwash. It's a new generation, more powerful machine, much more flexible than SuperSwash.
Right. And in terms of flexibility, you can actually alternate it from being a high volume defluxer to a SuperSwash by just changing the basket configurations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Machine has a the same concept behind of those machines is it has exchangeable nozzles. It has exchangeable basket inside, so we can clean as it's seen by the baskets like in the dishwasher or on the vertical frames like the customers have been used by a SuperSwash Twingo for large boards, really depending on the application.
Right.
The base idea of PBT generally is that we want to deliver always the perfect cleaning result. That's the first thing, because it's a cleaning machine.
Yep.
Must clean.
Yeah.
And the other focus is on handling. So we want to have these machines to be used instantly, so to minimize the reloading time. And the third thing, to minimize the consumption of the water. That's something quite...
Sustainability.
Yeah, sustainability.
Yeah, I noticed that. You've got a scale across the top of the
It's
door.
a very tiny detail.
Yeah, it's a tiny detail, but it means that you don't have to go, if the baskets are not all utilized, if they're not all full,
yes,
you can just go part way across, so you're not cleaning the whole machine.
That's correct.
That makes it very practical, really. Yeah.
It was there, so it's adjustable. The system of the moving bars, that's a little bit different technology than here. With the moving bars, you can set up the range where you want the product is cleaned.
Great. Okay. Super. So, I mean, you haven't been affected too much by the supply chain issues. You've still got reasonable lead times on your
We still
equipment?
have, because we work with some multiple suppliers. We still have resources. We bought the components on the stock on time, but it's on the edge at the moment. And we are a global supplier, so every market behaves a little bit different at this quite turbulent time. So yeah, it's a little bit challenging.
Yeah. Well,
But I believe the industry we work all in is very demanding. So I think the electronic products will have to be manufactured. Just some customers postponing projects, some other customers accelerating the project, asking for a very quick delivery. So that's another topic. Manufacturing, that's another field where we improving in our company.
Right. Well, it's great to see how you've improved the swash products that you started out with and developed over the last couple of years.
It's quite a time we spoke together last. But we also work on the diagnostics. We have our R&D team. We want also to have a better control over the liquids and over the quality of the cleaning. Yeah. Because most of the cleaning machines, they focus just on the ionic conductivity sensor, which is not sufficient for every application. So for the surface treatment, we can measure the organic content of the rinsing water. Okay. So it has at least two perspective outputs. First is the quality of the rinsing water, so you know that it contains certain amount of organics, so you know your surface has been treated properly. Okay. And you also somehow control the wastewater, because TOC is one of the parameters that is controlled by the authorities, and that's something where we want to have our own measurement in the system to have a clear information about the cleaning of quality and wastewater quality. Wastewater.
And is that quite a straightforward test system that you...
It's a sensor.
It's a sensor?
It's a sensor which can be built in the machine.
Okay.
With the other sensors that we use. Yeah. We use the commercial sensors for the chemicals from chemical suppliers to measure concentration of the liquid. This is of course the must to have a stable cleaning process, to have always the precise concentration of the chemistry. Yeah. So we work with the different manufacturers, but we also want to focus on the rinsing process, because many applications they are connected with the surface quality, like dye bonding, conformal coating, whatever. Yeah. It requires the good surface quality, and this is a bit task of the rinsing process. Yeah. So that's where we want to have also the better control. Yeah,
surface adhesion is really important. Yeah. Great. Well, I want to thank you for bringing us up to date, Robert. And I hope it's not going to be so long before we come back and revisit you. So we'll look forward to seeing your development as it goes forward. But thank you for showing us the HyperSwash and the new industrial cleaner, the Hyperclean. There you go. That's the two new machines here from PBT Works.
Ko Young is leading a smart revolution that will change the world of electronics manufacturing. Based on our pioneering True 3D measurement-based inspection technology, we revolutionized the solder paste inspection market to such great lengths that 1 in 2 SPIs sold today is from Ko-Young. Building our SPI technology, we expanded to automated optical inspection, also known as AOI. Every year, we introduce new award-winning innovations and have proudly earned the respect from thousands of customers across diverse industries. Aside from our R&D center in Korea, we have research facilities focused on artificial intelligence and deep learning across the world to help us further develop proprietary AI technologies for your challenges. With our global network of sales and service centers, we aim to respond quickly to your needs and to deliver the highest level of customer satisfaction.